Good afternoon, students. In today's session, we will discuss about sample question paper of computer application subject code 165. This question paper is of maximum 50 marks and time that is allotted that is 2 hours. But generally in pre-board and pre-board we are giving 1.5 hour because you need to be completed within 1.5 hour and half hour is for revision of your question paper. If you are not able to get it complete in 1.5 hour, it means your speed is slow. You need to improve your speed. Basically, this question paper is divided in two parts, part A and B. Part A contains 20 marks, while part B contains 30 marks. Now, what is in part A? Part A consists of two sections, section 1 and section 2. Section 1 has 13 questions that are of very short answer type, and you have to attempt any 10. And section 2 has two case studies. In each case study 7 questions will be there. You have to attempt any 5 from each case study. While part B contains short answer questions and long answer questions. Short answer question will be of two types, 2 marks and 3 marks. Question number 16 to 20 will be of 2 marks and 21 to 25 will be of 3 marks each. And question number 26, only single question will be of that is of 5 marks. And in internal choices are given like one question of 2 marks, one question of 3 marks and one question of 5 marks. It means special choices are not there, internal choices are there. A student can attempt any one question in case of internal choices. Now let's start with session. The first question is, what is home page? Everybody knows when we open any website, the first page that is visible on your screen, that is known as a home page. It means the default page of a website is also called a home page. It is the answer of question number 1. Second, which heading elements gives the most prominent heading? Most prominent means that is of largest size heading. We are having 6 type of headings, H1 to H6, and the largest size heading is H1. The font size will be the larger in case of H1 heading and it will be the smallest in case of heading H6. Now third question, give one use of anchor tag. Basically anchor tag is used to create the hyperlinking. Hyperlinking means to create the link between two web pages. When we click on particular link, it will open the another page link. It will link the page with other link. That is known as hyperlink. And the hyperlink can be prepared in HTML with the help of anchor tab. Anchor tag can be written with a character A, and it is also a container tag. It will be open also, it will be close also. Fourth question, the dash tag is used for horizontal line and horizontal line can be prepared with the help of HR tag. So the answer is HR tag. Fifth one, an empty HTML element has dash tag but no tag. If you are not understanding the question, then read once. An empty HTML element. It means empty mean to say two types of elements are there. One is container, second is empty. And the empty element has a opening tag but will not have closing tag. So the fill-ups will be opening and closing. Or we can write start and end. Question number 6. Dash tag creates a bulleted list. Bulleted list also known as a unordered list. So the answer will be UL tag is used to create a bulleted list. One more thing, when you are writing UL, it will be written in opening and closing braces. Like firstly we will write the less than symbol, then we will write UL, then we will write greater than symbol. Next question, this code for inserting an image in HTML page is img src equal to blank, alt equal to dash. The alt attribute is used for alternate text. So the answer will be the alt attribute is used in case of writing the alternate text. What is alternate text? If image is not visible, in that case that particular text message will be visible. Next part, Ravi was trying to log in to his net banking account. he noticed that the URL of the net banking starts with HTTPS. And what is the meaning of S? S stands for secure. Two types of protocols are available in case of online system. One is HTTP, second is HTTPS. In case of HTTP, security parameters are not there. But if page is opened with HTTPS, it means you are opening a secure web page. So S stands for secure. Next question. Sarita is designing a web page and wants to change the name of the font for certain text. Which attribute of font text she should use? Generally, what Sarita is doing, Sarita is designing a web page. So, and she want to change the name of font for the certain tag. And for changing the font of certain tag, we are having font face attribute. So, she will use the attribute font face. 10th question. What is the use of BR tag in HTML? Everybody knows BR tag is your line break tag. It will insert a one line break between the code. Next is, what is the significance of URL? Basically, URL specifies the unique address. Unique address means to say a unique ID for a particular website. It specifies the unique address of each particular document that is available on a internet service system. If you are searching a particular notes, for searching a particular notes, it will search for a particular website, and that website contains a particular unique address. That unique address can be maintained in the form of URL, and the full form of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. 12th question. What is the importance of vlink attribute of body tag? Basically, link could be of three types. One attribute is link, second attribute is a link, and third attribute is vlink. Link is basically used to define the color of link when it will be displayed. Generally, you're looking on website, it is written that for more information, click here. At the bottom of click here, one underline is there, and the color of that particular will be by default blue. So the color can be set for a link that is under the link attribute. And if we want to check that which link is active, for that we will use the a link attribute. And the importance of vlink is that it is used for the visited link color. A user can set the visited link color after opening the particular link. What will be the color of particular link? Next question. What is the method of using comments in HTML code? For writing a comment, a predefined syntax is given, that is sign of exclamation 2 times minus minus. Then we will write the code in between. Afterward, we will write the minus minus and then bracket symbol. A user can write exclamation symbol minus minus, then he will write the code. Afterward, a user can write the minus minus and greater than symbol. A general syntax that is already present in your HTML section. Next part is related to your case study. Like in question number 13, it was asking about code, and the code can be written like this format. Firstly, we will write less than symbol, then sign of exclamation, then minus minus. Then we will write a code that is in the form of comments. Afterward, minus minus and greater than symbol. This is a syntax in HTML for writing a comment section. Now section 2 we are going to start. In section 2, 2 case studies are given. In each case study, 7 questions are there. You have to attempt any 5 out of 7. First case study is related to internet protocol. For communication over the internet, the communicating devices must follow certain rules. These rules are called internet protocol. And for email communication, we use SMTP and POP. And for communication between browser and server, HTTP and HTTPS protocols are used. We can use Telnet to access services available on a remote computer. Now questions are, first question is, which of the following is an internet protocol? And the options are HTTP, FTP, both A and B, and none of above. HTTP and FTP both are used in case of internet protocol. So the answer will be C. Answer is both A and B. Second, SMTP protocol is dash. And the option is used for composing an email message, used in receiving incoming email by pulling the message from server to client, used in sending outgoing email by pushing the message, and none of the above. SMTP full form is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is used in case of sending outgoing mails. And by which method? By pushing the message. It will make the pressure on message for sending from client to server. It is used for sending the message, while POP is the reverse part, that is in case of receiving the message. So keep in mind, if we are asking about SMTP, it is the case of pushing, and if we are discussing about POP, it is the case of pulling. POP protocol is dash 4, used for composing an email address, used in receiving incoming emails, or used in sending outgoing mail. Recently we have done mail sending outgoing is done with the help of SMTP, and POP is for receiving the mail. It means it is by pulling the message. It will take the message from server and give it to the client, while in case of SMTP it will send message from client to server. It is the difference, and the full form of POP is Post Office Protocol. Next is, which of the following internet protocol provides secure data transmission? Recently we have done this question. Options are HTTP, HTTPS, Telnet, and ARPANET. Where S is written, that is known as secure protocol. So answer will be HTTPS. Next question is, the full form of POP is, recently we have done. Options are post order protocol, push order protocol, post office protocol, and pull over protocol. The answer is post office protocol. Next part, which of the following protocol is used for delivering data from source to the destination? From source to destination, we need a particular address, so we need a protocol that will provide the address, and the answer is IP, internet protocol, that will provide the address from client to server, from source to the destination. So IP protocol is used for delivering the data from source to the destination. Next is, the full form of SMTP is, options are Secure Mail Transfer Protocol, Secure Mail Transmit Protocol, Simple Mail Transmit Protocol, or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. And recently we have done the full form of SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. These are the 7 questions for case study 1. Now next question is second case study, secure data transmission. I am not going to study the case study, I am directly discussing the question part. Secure data transmission means data can be accessed by an unauthorized user? No. Data can't be accessed by any unauthorized person during transmission. Yes, the answer is, if your data transmission is secure, it can't be accessed by any unauthorized person. So the answer is second. Third is, next is, which of the following technique can be used for security of data? For data security, authentication, authorization, encryption, all of above. Authentication, to authenticate that person is fraud or actual. Authorization, to give the authority to the person. Encryption, to change the code. So all are the techniques that are for security purpose. So all techniques are used for the case of security of data. The answer is all of the above. Next is, Caesar cipher is used. It is used for conversion of actual message into an encrypted message, an encryption technique, both A and B, or none of above. Basically, Caesar cipher is an encryption technique that is used for the purpose of converting the actual message in the encrypted message. So the answer will be both A and B, and the answer is C. So answer is C, both A and B. Next is person X has received an encrypted message and want to convert this message into the actual message. Now, for conversion from one form to another form is known as encryption. And if we want to change the actual form, in that case, this technique is used. Options are conversion, encryption, decryption, and none of above. Conversion is no any technique. Encryption will convert the code from actual message to the coded form, and while decryption will convert the message into actual form from the coded form. So the answer is decryption. Next is, a sender wants to send a message having the text as computer to a receiver using 4 as the key. We will be encrypted message. What is key encryption? Like C is there and key is 4. Now count after C 4 times. D, E, F and G. So after 4 character the word is next character is G. Now second O. After 4 character P, Q or S. The answer is S. It means GS. After 4 character of M, N, O, P, Q. So answer is GSQ. So answer is from A, B and D. Now next is P. After P, after 4, Q or S, T. Answer is T. It means answer is between from A and B. G, S, Q, T. Afterward T. After T, 4 character will be U, V, W, X. U, V, W, X. Sorry, for U, after U, 4 character will be V, W, X, Y. So answer will be your second. It means we will move 4 character forward and check which answer is fine. It is encryption technique. Next is, an encryption algorithm is used to transform a readable message into text message, simple message, converted message or encrypted message. The answer is encrypted message. Next is, in Caesar cipher, for which of the following value of key the encrypted message will be same as an actual message? 0, 26, both A and B, or none of above. If we are moving 0 character forward, like we are on character A and we are moving 0 character plus, then answer is A. And if after A we are moving 26 character forward, then again answer is A. So the answer is both A and B. In this video we have covered very short answers and case study part. In second video we will cover about the question answer part, that is short answer and long answer. Thank you. Have a nice day.